Hello and welcome to the explanation video of the oil mill in the all you want configuration. With this configuration you have a high flexibility in terms of pressing different types of seeds without changing the equipment. So this equipment is capable of pressing all types of raw material, including very oil-rich nuts, different seed types, and even completely peeled seed types such as sunflower seeds or peeled hemp seeds. This is possible with this configuration, and I will explain you how we can do it to press completely peeled seeds in a continuous and fully automated way. This model shows the whole main equipment for our oil mill with the press and with the filtration, which you see here. But you can also get single units from us, such as a fully automated press or only the filtration system. Let's start with the day storage silo, which you see here. The day storage silo can be designed with the capacity which is needed. So usually it's the capacity, the production capacity for one full day of production, but we are flexible here and can choose the capacity as requested from the customer. Here we use this silo as a small buffer for the process to be able to react possible lack of raw material. So we need a silo in front of our equipment. So here we receive our raw material, and from that silo we take the raw material, the nuts or the seeds or whatever, and dose it with this screw in the seed conditioning. The seed conditioning is necessary to react on different seed temperatures, for example due to weather conditions outside or difference in temperature due to different seasons, for example. So we can adjust at the system that we expect the seed with a specific temperature coming into the press, and the control system is controlling the heating intensity of this conditioning screw and allows always the same parameters of the seeds in the press. So here we can condition the seeds. You are fully flexible, you can save it as a recipe for a specific seed type, or you just let it run automatically and the control system controls the process. After that, the seeds are coming from the site into the press, and this is one of the key parameters why it is possible to press completely peeled seeds. So this patented approach, which we can offer exclusively, which is our own development, massively increases the process stability, and for many seed types also the yield. So we can pre-compress already the raw material in this stuff screw and feed it from the site into the press. It has also the effect that we can adjust the filling level of the press. So for some seed types it's a benefit to run the press not completely full with material, but for example only with 70%. Here this we can do with this stuff screw and the material intake from the site. Here in the model, that's the iPress series of the press. So the oil comes out from the bottom and the press cake is evacuated at the end of the press and collected here in this small funnel. We take the press cake and can transport it to the next processing stage, which is again flexible and adjustable to the requirements of the customer. Here we have the next key parameter of this configuration. We have the possibility to recirculate with the press cake back to the press. So we have here another screw which connects the press cake screw together with the feeding line of the press. Here we can adjust the ratio of the press cake which we recirculate, and especially for very oil-rich seed types or for completely peeled seed types like sunflower seeds, hemp seeds for example, it's very critical to have enough grip in the press, and by recirculation of part of the press cake we can get this grip, create a completely continuous and smooth stable process. The system is able to run completely automated, so the ratio of the recirculated press cake can be adjusted completely flexible from 100% down to 0. And yeah, with this function you can run it manually, change the whole pressing parameters in the press. So the yield is of course changing if you recirculate part of the press cake, and also the temperature in the press is also changed with this function. After that, yeah, you can connect whatever you want. You can either just transport the press cake to press cake storage, or you can pre-grind it here, for example for pelletizing, or for the next process step like milling the press cake if you produce, for example, protein powder. So here we are fully flexible. With this model, the part of the press cake ends here. So let's proceed with the trap oil. So as you know, from every oil press, yeah, you get press cake and trap oil. So we have some solid particles which are flushed out with the oil from the seeds or from the raw material. This trap oil needs to be filtered. For that, we first of all we pump it into this buffer tank with a stirring device. This buffer we need in case that the filter needs to be cleaned and emptied. The press can proceed with the pressing, and because of that you have a continuous process and also stable and continuous process parameters. So we have this buffer tank for the trap oil. After the buffer tank we go, you see these lines here, we go with this pump to the filter press, which is shown here, also our own development. The pipe is shown here, it's going up again, and we go with the trap oil here from the middle to all the filter plates. The oil is collecting here in a closed pipe system, so you have a reduced oxidation here in the filtering system. We have no open flows for the oil, so everything is collected in closed pipes, and we recirculate it back to the trap oil tank. Why do we recirculate? The reason for that is that we don't actually filter with the filter cloths. We filter with the press cake, which is created by the solid particles itself. So it's a very natural filtration here. And in the first phase, you can say, we recirculate just to the filter press and back to the trap oil tank. With the time you have a filtration layer which is building up in the on the sheets here in the filter press, and you can also monitor this process or watch this process here with the side glass, that after some minutes the oil which is coming out of the filter press is free of solids particles. After that, when the oil is coming from the filter press completely clear, the system switches this valve. That's a three-way valve. The oil is not guided back to the trap oil tank, but it's the way is changed here to the next process step. This can be, for example, oil storage or filling. Usually we also install a process safety filter in case you have here any issues with the filtration system. This process safety filter prevents contamination of clean oil tank with trap particles. So that's the oil filtration. One of the key points here is that the filter cake which you usually dose into the press cake. Here the filter cake is collected in this bin and is recirculated in the process here of the pressing. We have no side products which are usual during filtration. We have only two products, or the customer has only two products. That's a very good, very qualitative press cake with low oil content, and he has the filtered oil which is coming from the filter system, and the filter cake here is collected and dosed back into the pressing system. Because of that step we can increase the yield, the total yield of the system by 5 till 7%. This is depending on the trap content of the oil, of course, but all these trap particles we can recover. Also the oil which is in the filter cake is completely recovered in this system. The control system, the MCC, the motor control cabinet, is shown here. That's our usual solution, that we have the control cabinet in the oil mill standing close by with a touch screen directly mounted on the door of the control cabinet, but we can also install the control cabinets in a dedicated operator room, and the operator would have a dedicated screen on his desk where he can watch and monitor the pressing process. So basically that's it. We offer this all-you-want configuration in a complete line, as you can see here, or you can only buy a automated press with all this recirculation possibilities here for the material and the press cake. So you can use our press, for example, to press completely peeled seeds and use your existing filtration system if you have already one. This is no problem for us. We are here very flexible. So thanks for watching. Should you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. You can find our contact details in the contact form below and also in the description of the video. Thank you very much and see you.